What is going on, brothers? Good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are around the world. Who is here with me? Type on one in the live stream chat. Mayday, Mayday, check on two, check on two. How is my audio? How is my audio? Okay, let me know if you can hear me loud and clear. Who's here, bro? Tyron in the building. Mar Story Time. Aaron of Ishval, Ray Blanco, Brian Trays, the whole brothers here, the whole 9 yard. We're streaming across Rumble, Kick, Twitch, and of course we're gonna crash out. Okay, we will crash out on. Let's see. We'll crash out on Rumble. Okay, we're gonna crash out on Rumble today. Who's here, bro? Who's here? Huh. We got a lot to talk about. Okay, but before we go into it straight, right? First and foremost, once again, special announcement. The AWS Black Minister Conference is happening in Miami. Okay. And we are literally how many weeks away? We are 2 weeks away, right, from Theo and the brothers doing a great job in mentoring you brothers about IT, what it is to be a man, dating, foreign women, traveling, wealth building. So book your tickets for that conclave, and I will post links to that in the comment section below, okay, after the stream. I'll be teaching Python in Q4 2025 alongside Theo's AWS course. Make sure you join my Python course, okay? And I'll be posting a link for you guys to register your interest also in the comment section below after the stream, okay? But first and foremost, we have a very important stream to talk about, okay? And a very important topic in regards to Japan to talk about. So let me set the tone, okay? And let's get it cracking, bro. The title of this stream, as you can see, is called Japanese Woman Cheat Like a National Sport, Exposing Japan Part 2, all right? Now, I've got several points about exposing Japan, right? That I want to just give brothers a game about the true Japan. And I've got like, I think 3 more streams about exposing Japan. Now, I want to put it out there, like, Japan is an awesome country, and Tokyo is probably the best city I've been to in my entire life, okay? However, on this channel, we're going to give you brothers the good, the bad, and the ugly. There are many good points about Japan, but there are also many bad points about Japan. And in today's stream, we are going to talk about the cheating culture in Japan, okay? Now, I was in Japan last year, okay? My second time in Japan, and this time I knew more Japanese. I knew more about the culture. I made friends out there, networked, saw a lot of things, okay? That I thought, I gotta let brothers know. Japan ain't no fairy tale, the same way Brazil and Colombia, Germany, etc., also isn't a fairy tale too. They also have the good, the bad, and the ugly in each of those countries. But in this stream, we're going to talk about Japan from the eyes and from the lens of international passport. Okay? So what is IP talking about when he says Japan or Japanese women cheat like a national sport? Now, I'm going to put it out there. Not all Japanese women are on this time. However, there is a strong cheating culture out there in Japan. And you got to be very careful and vet very well and let your woman know that they ain't flying in a relationship with you. So let's break it down, okay? There are several points that I saw in Japan that exposed the cheating culture for me in my face, okay? So let's break down point number 1, and that's the dating apps, okay? Now, I don't know about you brothers, right? But when I travel, not only do I cold approach, I also use the apps, okay? Because I'm out there in these countries not only for the culture, but I'm also wanting to get a good idea as to how the woman moves. So I cold approach, I go on dates, I use the apps, okay, so I can give intel back to you brothers. So in Japan, I signed up for various dating apps, okay? And obviously when you sign up to it, you put your details in, pictures, etc., etc. So once that's all set up, right, okay, when I was swiping, right, I kept seeing a common theme on the apps. I would see pictures of a ring on a table, and not just any other ring, but it would be a wedding ring on the table. And that was the first picture I would see in many profiles in Japan. And I kept thinking, am I doing something wrong? Am I doing something wrong on these apps? Why do I keep seeing wedding rings on the table? Then I see a female name, Kanako, Yumiko, right? Yui, Aoi, right? All these Japanese female names, right? But I keep seeing rings on the table. And I don't, and I remember thinking, right, what does this mean? Because I'm just confused here. What does that mean? Why is your wedding ring on the table? What are you trying to tell me? Okay. So I'd be swiping. I'm like, another ring on the table. Then I click on the profile, I scroll down, and in some cases, I see the woman after the ring on the table, or there'll be no pictures of her, right? And I'm thinking, okay, I think I'm doing something wrong here on my app. Okay. So I speak to a friend of mine in Japan. I'm like, bro, I'm on the apps now, and I keep seeing wedding rings on the table. What does that mean? Am I doing something wrong here? Have I got to change a setting? Like, this is getting really, really confusing. Okay. And he broke it down to me to an absolute T. He's like, to me, IP, they're letting you know that they're married and they are willing to cheat. I was like, what? What do you mean, bro? Yes, IP. In Japan, when women put rings on the table, right, they're letting you know that they're married and they are going to cheat. They're willing to cheat on you within their marriage. So be careful if you swipe right on these chicks. You are essentially going to be allowing a woman to cheat on her husband with you. And I asked him, bro, what the hell's going on here? Like, I keep seeing these kind of pictures on the apps. Is this a common theme in Japan? You know what he told me? Absolutely IP. Cheating is very common in Japan, right? So I'm now seeing, right, red and wings on the table, woman swiping on me. I'm like, so the reason why you swipe on a black man like me is that you want to cheat on your husband with me. And I'm not doing that. But whenever you go to Japan and you're on the apps and you see a wedding ring on the table and you match with a chick or she swipes you, don't do it. Right? Don't do it. This is a woman that's married, bro. She's married and she ain't hiding it. She's telling you that, hey, let's keep this transactional or fun. Yes, she's married. Okay. However, she doesn't care. This is a married woman on the apps, bro, telling you that she's going to cheat on her husband with you. And this was a common theme that I saw on the apps. And I'm thinking, what the hell is going on here? The worst part is that I was getting a lot of likes. Whether they see me as a fetish, I'm a black guy, whether they see me as a fetish, whether they want to experience something new. But I got morals, bro. I am not going to bang a married woman. I am not going to deal with a married woman. I am not going to hang out with a married woman. What the hell is going on here, bro? What the hell is going on here? My apps were blowing up, bro, and I kept seeing pictures of rings on tables, bro. And that's a message from her telling you she's married, she's not going to hide it, she's going to cheat on the marriage with you. Or she wants a no strings attached relationship. You be banging her, and then she'll be going home to her husband, thinking that things are all sweet, lying to her husband's face. Well, I'm IP, I ain't doing that stuff, bro. But that's one part of the cheating culture that you gotta be aware about. Be aware of women, right, who put rings on tables on the dating apps. They're married, bro. Don't indulge. We ain't men like that on this channel. We're not gonna bang married women like that, bro. No. So to follow up from that, there is a lot of temptation in Japan. Yeah, anime is great. Yeah, manga is great. Yeah, you can go to izakaya. Yeah, you can drink. Yeah, you can party. Bro, I was partying every day in Japan, bro. I was getting lit, bro. It was crazy. But bear in mind, aside from all that, I noticed that in Japan, there is a filthy amount of temptation there. It was like, brother, the devil was right there in the goddamn mist, bro. It's like the devil is in your ear telling you, hey, she may be married. Go and bang her, bro. Look at her. She's in a mini skirt, right? Her stomach is showing. She got that long black hair. She's looking at you, but she married, bro. But guess what? You're in Japan. And the devil's in your ear. And he's telling you, go and bang that chick. Don't indulge in demonic activities, bro. Don't do it. Japan is a country that is filled with lust and temptation. And that is fueled, and that right there is fueling the dating culture. So that's one part of the SEX, not culture, right? But the cheating culture that shook me in Japan. When I was getting likes from women who had rings on their table, and I'm thinking, what does this mean? Is my app misconfigured? Is this some sort of troll attempt? Are people trolling me as a black man? No. These are married women that want to cheat on their husbands with you. And when my friend told me that, it clicked. Bro, Japan ain't no paradise, man. It's a great country, top 5 country in the world for me, maybe even top 3. But be careful out there. Okay? So going on to the next point, okay? I want to talk about the love hotel industry. Okay? And for me, that is fueling the cheating culture in that country. There's a huge cheating culture in Japan, right? And that is fueled by love hotels. So these love hotels are hotels that are specifically for banging people. You meet a chick randomly in the street, you take her to a love hotel, no one knows about it, bro. Brother, you turn your head to the left, to the right, forward, center, backwards. There's a goddamn love hotel in every corner in Japan. There's a love hotel in every corner in Japan, bro. Bro. So what does that mean? Okay? It means that these are discrete places specifically, right? Designed for short stays where you are anonymous, where you have no idea that the woman you're dealing with, right? She's after work, right? She ain't coming home, right? To bang the dude she's cheating on. or she ain't going to his spot because he's probably got a wife and he's cheating on her. They both go to love hotels. The amount of couples I saw going to love hotels that were clearly not boyfriend, girlfriend, oh, sorry, that were clearly not husband and wife, right? But clearly couples that were cheating on their wives or husbands, right? Going straight to love hotels, coming out, it was insane, bro. Because I would see them walking into the hotels, they weren't holding hands. They would look around, and go straight in, bro. I was like, this is crazy. I remember I was in a coffee shop, right? And I was just watching from afar. People coming in, coming out, going in, a lot of people, businessmen, businesswomen, and they all looked guilty. Then I tell my bro in Japan that, bro, I keep seeing a lot of people going to these love hotels, bro, and they're looking hella guilty, bro. Because normally, if you go to love hotel, right, you're gonna be smiling, happy, holding hands, going in, coming out. But I kept seeing these people being cold to each other, like they were scared to get caught. He was telling me, IP, those are people that are cheating on their partners, bro, or their husband or wives. Yeah, it's big out here, bro. I was like, what? Bro, it's big out here. It's big. And guess what? Husbands at home, wives at home, they have no idea that their significant other is cheating on him or her, right? After work. They finish work at 6:30 p.m., right? Go to Love Hotel straight away, come home at 8 p.m. and he would never know that his wife's just been banged out by some dude. And I'm just drinking my coffee. I'm thinking, bro, this is insane. It's like, yeah, IP. That's a culture here in Japan, IP. IP, don't be scared now, IP. IP, don't be scared, bro. IP, guess what, IP? You in the belly of the beast, bro. Don't be scared now, IP. Don't be scared, bro. IP, if you scared, bro, then go to church, man. That's what he told me, IP. If you scared, go to church, bro. I was like, that's insane. It's like, yeah. They sell it to you in the West, in America and the UK, that Japan is all about anime. It's all about manga. It's all about kawaii, so cute. Come live here, bro. Come live right here in the belly of the goddamn beast and see what's really going on here in the culture. What's really going on here is a bunch of cheating left, right, forward, and center, man. And guess what, bro? If you indulge in that cheating, brother, you're going to lose yourself. You're going to lose yourself. And I ain't talking Eminem. When I say lose yourself, bro, I ain't talking Eminem, bro. I'm talking now real ish, where you lose your character, your morals. Because guess what? There'll be a dime Japanese chick, 26 years old, that's married. For some reason, her marriage isn't working out. And she's looking at you like food, bro. She's looking at you like you're a goddamn a piece of fish. And she's looking at you like you're a goddamn piece of sushi, bro. Or some goddamn teriyaki chicken, bro. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? She 8 out of 10 IP. She looking at you, she's staring you down. And she got a goddamn wedding ring on her finger, bro. What you gonna do, IP? A lot of you dudes would fold. A lot of you boys would fold. Let's keep her a buck. I never folded, bro. Married women were throwing it at me. I never effing folded. I told these women, get the hell out of my face, man. F you mean? In Japan, right? I know they preach about how it's a collective society, it's a law abiding society, it's so peaceful. I'm telling you right now, it's true to an extent, But there's a lot of backstabbing there in that country. There is a lot of backstabbing there in that country. You have a group of Japanese friends, right? In that friend group, one guy could be cheating on his wife, right? In that same friend group with another friend. Or the wife may be cheating on her husband, right? With a guy friend in that friend group. And guess what? They all know each other. There's a lot of backstabbing in Japan. Watch your back. It could be anyone. There's a lot of backstabbing in Japan, but no one speaks on this, bro. It's insane. Someone that you thought you were close with, that's your boy, a Japanese dude that's been your boy for hella long. He could be planning to bang your wife, bro. He sees you with a dime Japanese chick, right? I've seen it. I've read it online, bro. I've been told that in Japan. That yeah, you thought that was your boy, this Japanese dude, and he's banging your wife. That's common, brothers. There's a lot of backstabbing there, and it's not only a foreigner and a Japanese thing. It's also an internal Japanese thing, bro. I'm telling you right now, I'm gonna expose Japan, the good, the bad, the ugly. And even though I'm exposing Japan, Japan for me is top 3 country in the world. Tokyo, best city in the world, bro. But I gotta let you brothers know the truth. Because guess what? The truth will set y'all free, man. I'm not here to lie to brothers. I'm here to speak on the truth, man. So that's 2 parts of the cheating culture in Japan. Okay. Now the next part I want to talk about, right, is office romance and after work affairs. And this is something that you black men and you passport bros need to be very, very aware of. Okay. Now, in Japan, right, many people work long hours. That's one part. And after that long hour of work, there's also after hours drinking. So there's a huge drinking culture called nomikai. Okay. So you work long hours and then you all go for a drink after, bro, after work. So when I was in izakayas, I would see, right, a bunch of Japanese businessmen and women in their suits, drinking, laughing, and I would talk to some of them, and they would tell me they finished work, they're all drinking now. Okay, but let me tell you something, right, brothers, right? These after hours drinking can lead or often leads to cheating between co-workers, bro. I done seen it with my own 2 eyes. I done seen a Japanese chick in a suit. She got a ring on her finger, and then there's a Japanese guy just touching her up, bro. Touching her, getting close to her. I'm like, what, yo? I'm like, yo, it's an evil world. It's an evil world. And I spoke to the chick before the other guy came in. She was drunk, and you know when Japanese women are drunk, they tell a lot of truths. Okay, I ask her about her life, right? She's her husband works for a different company, blah blah blah. I'm like, cool. So she works at this in this company. She asks me why I'm in Japan. She asks me, did you like Japan? She's like, Nihon ga suki desu ka? So do you like Japan? Right? So after I peeled away from that group, I'm in a cut just drinking, not drinking, but just drinking water or some sort of juice or whatever, right? I drink sometimes, but not all the time, okay? And then I'm watching her, right? I'm just watching the scene. A guy that wasn't her husband comes in, he's all touching her, right? Getting close to her, grinding on her, right? And she's laughing. She's encouraging him. I'm like, yo, this is insane. I swear she told me she's married and she got a man in a different company. Then okay, and then I go to a different izakaya. I saw the same thing. I speak to a group of Japanese people who were business people, right? It was the same thing, brothers. It was the same thing. Women, right, cheating on their husbands with a male co-worker. And that's quite common. And that's why I'm saying be careful when you deal with these office chicks. Be very careful. These chicks who work long hours, who work at Sony, Nintendo, Mitsubishi, right? Namkai, Bando, all these Japanese companies. Because this after hours drinking culture, it's a problem, bro. And guess what? Like, although they're not forced to go to, there's a indirect assumption that you gotta go to it. Because if you don't go to these drinking parties after work, like probably won't get a promotion. You probably get excluded from the company or from your team. It's so annoying, but that's their culture. It's not really a thing in the UK, right? Yeah, they have drinks after work, but you can not go to it, and in most cases it won't be a problem. I'm not sure how it is in America, but in Japan, most people go to after hours drinking, and that's where cheating comes into play. Now, I'm not saying all Japanese businesswomen are cheating after work. I'm just going on my observation. I'm just giving you out the game. And this is why a lot of dudes say, bro, I can't have my woman working. And I don't blame them, bro. I really don't blame them. That's why I tell brothers, build wealth, get into IT, invest your money, build wealth. Because I'll be real with you. Most women in Japan, they don't want to work. The girls I spoke to in Japan last year, they want to stay at home, right? Raise the kids, right? Most women don't want to work, bro, because the working culture in Japan is so hard. They work long hours, bro. And guess what? It's not an exaggeration. They work long hours, bro. I'm talking start work at 8:30 a.m., finish work at 9 p.m., go for drinks to 11, catch the last train home, type ish. I'm just keeping a buck. So what's going to happen, right, if a woman, right, is at work more than she is at home? We all are when we work, but over there in Japan, it's not it's even worse, bro. How's she seeing her husband? Now I'm not condoning this, bro. I'm just being real here. She's seeing the same guy every day for 12 hours or 10 hours at work. And then after work, they go for drinks, 1 hour, 2 hours more. So she's seeing the same guy 12 hours every day. And she sees you most on the weekends, bro. I mean, what the hell's going on in Japan? The working culture is too intense. And I'm telling you right now, be careful when you deal with an office Japanese chick. She works in the office, particularly if she's gorgeous, bro. And that's why I say to y'all, like, is it worth going after these gorgeous dime chicks? Yeah, if you get her, great. But know that if she works a certain job in these corporations, there'll be dudes after her. Not only co-workers, but even Japanese bosses, bro. Her boss may be after her. He wants to indulge in her. I'm just giving you brothers a game. So that's three parts here that I wrote down. So I wrote some notes last year that I'm going through my phone right now. Because on that trip last year in Japan, I got a lot of notes. Okay, so that's 3 points right there. Okay. Now going on from that third point, I want to talk about business trips. So you see why there's problems in these Japanese corporations that no one's talking about but me, okay? Because I'm going to tell you the truth. I do believe that a woman working in these Japanese corporations is a problem. You probably want a woman that works at Starbucks. You want it to be at Costa Coffee, at McDonald's. If I'm honest with you, and ain't no shame in that, because it's a whole different culture working in Starbucks and in these fucking corporations in Japan. There's always business trips going on in Japan amongst work colleagues. Your Japanese wife may be away for 2 days on a business trip with her work colleague or work colleagues. In fact, I also meet these people in the UK, Japanese business people on a business trip, and it'll be a man and a woman, bro. They're here for a week or 2 days. It's happening in Japan. They'll may have a business trip in Osaka, just him, just your wife and a dude. And that is, okay, that is a precursor for cheating. She's away from home for work, okay? She's on a business trip. She's with a guy. And if your wife is a scumbag, she's probably banging that dude in a hotel after the business calls, the business meeting. Just keeping it a buck, bro. This is what I was told. I didn't see it myself, but I was told this by people who I networked with in Japan. Yo, these these business trips, man. If you ain't got a down chick, right? If your woman's a scumbag, if she's a bad person, best believe that she's banging some dude in this business trip, and you have no idea, bro. You have no idea, bro. Red pill saves lives. Red pill saves lives. On God, bro. Because some of you boys will look at a beautiful chick, believe that she's an angel. I can't believe I got her. She's working at Mitsubishi. She don't really mess with you like that. And she's banging a co-worker in the business trip. She's banging her co-worker on a business trip. I mean, I'm sorry to be real here. I'm just being real here. I'm trying to give you the game right here, right? And that's why I'm saying, like, when you go to Japan, go there with open eyes. That culture there's a lot of temptation, and I kid you not, the devil is definitely in that country. Okay, so that's 4 parts right now. Okay, now the 5th part here I want to talk about, that's very important, is that a lot of Japanese women, and when I say a lot, this is generally the case, a lot of Japanese women, they don't see you as a boyfriend or husband as cheating if you bang a pro. Oh, a lot of Japanese women, right? They don't see you as a boyfriend or a husband as cheating if you bang a pro. So if you hire a pro chick, right? When I say pro, that's a 3 or 4, and she finds out, okay, a lot of them don't see it as cheating. They will tell you, as long as you don't love her, you didn't cheat. But that's a problem for me, right? Because she's being smart over there. If she doesn't see that as cheating, right? What's stopping her from banging a dude and her telling you that there was no emotional connection? It was just physical. That's how they think out there, bro. As long as there's no emotional connection with the person you cheated on, it's not cheating. That's some low IQ, dumb BS. And I don't want to swear, that's some low IQ stupidity. But that's a very common thinking there in Japan. In fact, I'll be real with you, right? This is just me from my heart telling the truth. I went on a date in Japan, right? And I remember that around that time, there's a lot of content about Shibuya cheating. dating culture, and I asked my Japanese dates, how do you think if I was to date you, right, or someone else, right, okay, and they were to sleep with a pro, right, a woman for the night, do you see it as cheating, right? It took her, right, right, off rip very quickly. No, Iye, Zen Zen. I was like, what? That's not, you don't see that as cheating? She said, no, as long as there's no connection. And then she looked at me, right? And she knew that I was a bit shocked. And she changed her mind. She's like, maybe it's cheating. Maybe it's cheating. Maybe it's cheating. I was like, no, 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 no. Tell me the truth. Tell me the truth. Do you see that as cheating? Right? And she admitted that, no, not really. Not really. And I asked her, do your friends think that way? They're like, yeah. Um, it's okay if um if her boyfriend or husband sleeps with a pro, it's not cheating, as long as there's no emotional connection. So, oh, hold on now. Some of you guys will be celebrating. Oh, wow, that's amazing! I can do what I want. My wife doesn't care. Can you think for a second, please? Can you open your brain up for a second, please? If your wife or girlfriend is stupid enough to tell you that, don't you think that she's doing it herself? No woman who's thinking right, okay, is going to tell you that, hey, long as there's no emotional connection with this woman that you're dealing with, I don't care. That means she doesn't love you, bro. A woman that likes you really is going to tell you off rip that is cheating. Don't try that with me, or it's over. So if a lot of Japanese women are telling you that if you sleep with a pro, it's not cheating, what do you think she's doing, bro? What do you think she's doing? That means when she bangs a different dude, she'll give you the same excuse as well. Hey, there was no emotional connection. And hey, you do it too. So why can't I do it? Okay, can you bros think for a second? Because I saw last year a lot of dudes were happy about this is why I want a Japanese girl. They're gonna allow me to cheat, but I need to make sure that there's no emotional connection. Come on, bro. If she's gonna allow you to cheat, then she's probably doing it herself. She's probably cheating on you herself, bro. And that's the case for a lot of women in Japan. And I'm not saying all. I think it's becoming less of a thing of the Gen Z generation, right? But millennial chicks and above, quite a lot of them think like that. And to me, that's a red flag. That's a problem. Like, if your girl says that and you really like her, learn off rip that, hey, I'm not going to do that. And it's not happening. Don't get that thinking out of your head. That's cheating. That's insane, right? Like, like some of y'all would say, but IP, isn't that similar to having multiple women? No, it's not the same, bro. Because if you're doing polygamy, right? Women know that you're dealing with her, but they know before you were dealing with another chick. So you let the woman know of rip, hey, I'm a polygamous guy. I'm gonna have multiple girlfriends, and some women are okay with that. And that's cool, okay. But it's one thing to be married to a woman, and she tells you that it's okay to bang pros. What do you think she's doing? Is she's giving you the okay to bang pros? I'm telling you, brothers, man. Um, Now, let me talk about something that's very interesting there that I saw in Japan. Okay. And when I was in Tokyo, right? Okay. You know me, I'm quite extroverted. I speak to a lot of people. I spoke to um, a guy who was what we call out there, so a host person. So if you're a Japanese female, you are a hostess. If you're a Japanese male, you're a host. Okay. So what this means is that if you're a host male, you are going to be paid by a woman to basically be her companion, make her happy, smile for her, drink for her, make her comfortable. Same if you're a Japanese hostess, you do that for males, okay? But I spoke to a Japanese host guy, okay? Randomly came across him, started speaking to him, right? And I asked him about his job. I told him that a couple of years ago, I watched a documentary on YouTube about hosting and all that stuff. And I asked him, what do you do for your job? And what kind of woman do you mostly deal with in your job? And he said that, oh, Japanese women who are lonely come to me and I make them happy. I drink with them. I smile with them. I laugh with them. I'm basically here to be their companion and they pay me a lot of money. I'm like, okay, what kind of Japanese women come your way? Um, he said to me, rich Japanese women who can pay for my services, women who are lonely. And I asked him, do you ever come across married women? He's like, oh, all the time, IP, all the time. I was like, wow. And I asked him, do they, do the married women, do you know if the married women told their husbands that they're meeting you? Never. Essentially, IP, they're cheating on their husbands to see me. And IP is quite common for me. Married women pay me, right, to laugh with them, drink with them. And I asked him, do you get to business with them? Keeping it PG, you know what I mean? Bedroom stuff. He's like, yes, yes, yes. In quite a few cases, that's part of it. And I was like, bro, and these are married women who are not divorced, who go home to their husbands every day. Yes, hi, yes, yes, yes. And he saw my face, right? He was laughing at me. Like, like, like this is my job. This is Japan. I was like, wow, wow, brothers, the cheating culture is intense. Like, there are so many venues for women to cheat in Japan. Pray to God that you meet the right woman, bro. Because I'll tell you something, right, that I found out. These same women, right, who are now 25, who are now 28, 21, 22, they have seen their mothers cheat on their fathers, bro, or vice versa. And this has become an okay thing for them. So you have to beat that kind of thinking out their brains. Not physically, no, but let her know that this is not right. Let her know that you're not flying for that kind of culture. You cannot go to a relationship, right, and let her dictate terms or not speak your mind. You have to speak your mind. You have to tell her what you're not happy with and be prepared to walk away. Because guess what? Like, once again, the wrong woman can tear everything apart, bro. You've worked so hard to get out there. You've been on your grind. You have been patient. You've built wealth. Don't let a woman take it away from you, bro. Don't pick the wrong woman. Don't. It is insane as to how many venues and avenues there is, right, for women to cheat in Japan. It's madness. Madness. And do you know what's even more shocking, right? Is that there's a lot of dudes out there who are married to a Japanese woman or dating one, and she's secretly selling box on the side. Selling box is a very popular thing in Japan. Women who are office workers are selling box. Not all, some are. Women who are working in Starbucks are selling box. Go down Shibuya, right, and you see a bunch of chicks standing with balls on their hands, white balls on their hands. I saw it everywhere. I saw it in Shibuya. I saw it in Shinjuku. I saw it in Roppongi. I saw it in Ginza. Just Japanese girls lined up for you to pick from. Hey, I want her from the night. But that same girl could be working at Nintendo or Sony. It's real out here. It's real out there, bro. It's real out there. It's real out there, bro. And that kind of shattered my dream, right? That what's it called? That Japan is some sort of virgin society. A lot of bros were telling me, hello virgins out there, bro. Hello untouched women out there, bro. Ain't no virgins out there in Japan, man. Ain't no virgins out there, bro. I'm sorry. They're active. They're not having kids, but I'm telling you right now, there ain't no virgins there, bro. I'm letting you know off rip. I'm letting you know off rip, bro. Like, don't go out there. Hey, the first girl I meet, she's gonna be pure and touched. There's no virgins out there, bro. And there's a lot of high body count women out there. A lot of high body count chicks. She may be in a long skirt, covering her arms, looking all feminine, all submissive, but she got a body count of 50, bro. A body count of 80, bro. They get busy out there, man. I'm just keeping it a buck. I'm just keeping it a buck. But again, once again, it's not all women, right? Because I do know some dudes that have found Japanese virgins. And I do know some dudes that have told me that IP, there are still virgins here at the very least, low body count women, and I can see it. I can see it during dates. I can see it in interactions, right? I know some dudes that have found virgins in Japan, okay? But it's not like an overall thing that majority of women are virgins, right? Maybe 30% are virgins or 20%. But I would say the majority of women in Japan are not virgins. But there are still a sizable low body count woman or virgin women in Japan. But get that mentality out of your head that it's some sort of paradise. But despite all that, right? For me, that country is magical, bro. It is magical. One of the best countries I've ever lived in. No, I've ever visited. And Tokyo is the best city on earth. It's magical. But once again, don't fall in love with the wrong woman. Right? And I'll tell you something even more special. Like, maybe forget about Japanese chicks and live in Japan for other groups of women. You'd be surprised how many Filipinos are out there, or Kazakhstan chicks, right? Or Vietnamese chicks. You'd be surprised. Russian chicks are out there. Or I think I'd avoid Russians if I was you, in my opinion. I would avoid white European women in Tokyo, definitely. And I'll explain on the Rumble. I've got to keep it PG. I'll explain on Rumble. But I would avoid certain groups of women out there in Japan. Just to avoid trouble and not deal with a 3 or 4. I'm not saying all are, but just move correctly out there. But you'd be surprised, bro. Arab women are out there, right? You got Muslim chicks out there, Christian chicks out there. It's like you can find there's so many mini pockets of women out there that is shocking. But I came across Christian Japanese women. I came across Kazakhstan women out there, Vietnamese, Filipinas. You'd be surprised. There's even black women out there in Japan, and for me personally, I would indulge in that, bro. If I met a Ghanaian black chick in Tokyo and she's not crazy, no high body count, why not indulge in that, bro? She may be wifey, and you can both live in Japan. That's what I'm saying. Like I'm not saying forget about Japanese chicks. I'm saying look beyond Japanese chicks. It's not only them you should focus on. Bro, like it's insane, man. But you know what's really shocking to me is that, bro, the backstabbing culture in that country is mad, bro. There's a lot of fake love out there, a lot of fake smiles, a lot of pretending. They call it tatamai, tatamai. And it's not only against you foreigners. That don't take it personally. It's not only against foreigners, but even in internal Japanese groups, bro. But I've been seeing like Japanese dudes would easily or happily bang um his girl his friend's girlfriend, bro, and there would be no remorse. I'm telling you, there's a strong backstabbing, two-faced culture out there. Like you need to have heart to live in that country, bro. Like, because a Japanese person you know, brother, could bang your wife, and when you find out, bro, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy, bro. Crazy. Once again, there's a strong backstabbing culture out there. You need to watch your back, bro. I'm telling you. Like, listen, I remember, bruv. I think um, I think it's on the Patreon, right? But on the Patreon content, brother's telling me that married woman doing some wild stuff. Bruv, it's sad, man. Um, and I'm just telling you, dudes, that watch your back. Watch your back. Now, why is there a strong cheating culture in Japan? Okay, now I've looked into it, right, and like I think it's always been a part of their culture for a long time. People say, you know, a lot of Japanese couples, they are in, sex less relationships, so they ain't getting down in the bedroom because they work stress, or women stop putting out after kids, or some other issues. They blame that. But if you're not having it during marriage, right? Why are you cheating? It's weird. Um, like it's weird, bro. Um, like for me personally, like I feel like it's a work culture. Long hours, the after work drinking. This is why I hate, like I hate when people go out for drinks after work, especially if it's women you deal with. It's annoying, bro. I'm not saying women who drink with their colleagues cheat, but it's a problem. You know, I don't believe men and women can be friends. I'm against that. And there's always some scheming dude that wants to bang your wife or girlfriend. You know, not only in Japan but everywhere around the world. And like long hours with the same person, 12 hours a day. She's hardly seeing you. It's a problem. It's a problem, right? It really is. Like brothers, like it's like there are entire industries, right, that insensitize cheating. Like love hotels, literally love hotels are for that stuff, bro. No one knows about it. 'Cause guess what? Tokyo is so big, bro. Like it's such a big city, bro. No one knows what you're doing. You are a ghost in Tokyo. No one would know. Remember, Tokyo is the biggest city in the world, not by landmass, but by people living in there, bro. What, 38 million? Something like that, 40 million? You are just another speck on the piece of paper. No one will know what she's doing. No one will kiss and tell. Okay, it's such a big city, bro. And guess what? People say IP is a Tokyo thing. It's a country thing, bro. It's countrywide. It's in Osaka. It's in Kyoto. It's in Nara. It's in goddamn Fukuoka. It's everywhere, bro. It's everywhere. Like again, think twice, man. Do you really want a Japanese girl, bro? Do you really want a Japanese girl? Think twice. Do you really want a Japanese woman? I personally, I think that, like, remember the other day, me and Theo reacted to like the Japanese birth rate crisis. There isn't a lot of young Japanese girls. There isn't a lot of young Japanese chicks, bro. At age 22, 23, 24, there isn't that age. There isn't a lot. There's a lot of old people in Japan. Remember that. Like, brothers need to. Do you really want a Japanese? Do you really want to? Like, I'm not saying don't live in Japan. I think living in Japan, it will be awesome, but absolutely. But do you really want a Japanese girl? Like, I'm telling you right now, like, I think brothers need to expand into Central Asia. I think Kazakhstan is untouched. Uzbekistan, right? All the Stan countries. I'm hearing that Taiwan looks like it might be a spot for brothers with the woman. Like, I'm not saying give up on Japan and Japanese women, right? I'm saying that have backup options. Do you really want a Japanese girl? Because I'm telling you, like, um, bro, like, I saw some wild stuff out there in Japan, bro. Do you really want a Japanese girlfriend? No, do you really want a Japanese wife? Having a girlfriend is great, but wifing one up, living in her country, knowing that she could cheat on you. I'm not saying all Japanese women are cheating. I'm just saying, like, this is a factor that you have to take into account. And that's why I was telling you, brothers, right? Start loving black women again. Start looking beyond Japanese chicks. I love Japan, bro. I think living there would be fantastic for anyone. That's why it's very popular nowadays. But it's a woman aspect that you need to think very carefully about. Maybe you might find a Kazakhstan woman in Japan that is good for you. Maybe you might find a Filipina in Japan, live over in Japan, that's great for you. Has it got to be Japanese though? Like, have that heart to heart conversation with yourself. Once again, I'm not saying give up on Japanese woman. I'm saying, like, explore other options, because a lot of you brothers, right? Some of you guys have said that you only want a Japanese chick. I was once like that, man. I was. Okay. However, I think it's also important to look beyond Japanese women. Don't just say, hey, Japan, 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 right? Knowing that there's problems there, knowing that there's a small amount of young Japanese women out there, knowing that cheating culture is a problem, right? And listen, I got three more parts of exposing Japan, bro. And there's one part about Blasians that's gonna shock you, man. About Blasians, half black, half Japanese chicks. And guess what? You ain't gonna like it. when I exposed Blasian women in Japan, bro. I saw some wild stuff about Blasians, bro. I was like, okay, like, this might be a problem. Do you really want a Japanese woman? There's Taiwanese. Although I think Chinese women, I don't think they like black men, if I'm honest with you. So I'm saying maybe Taiwan is a spot for brothers. They are Chinese ethically, but apparently they like us out there, apparently in Taiwan, from what I heard. Right? They love us in Japan too, but you know that there could be problems with the woman there wifing one up. Now I'm not saying all Japanese women are cheaters, blah blah blah. I'm just saying that you may come across one that maybe you got to be careful. There's Vietnamese chicks that you can be indulging with. There's Kazakhstan chicks, like Kazakhstan, bro. I'm hearing some great things about Kazakhstan that they're checking, and they look kind of Japanese. IP man, they look kind of Japanese, right? Koreans, I don't really push for Korea. Like if I'm honest with you, I think Korea. There's a small amount of good-looking Korean chicks that haven't taken surgery, and I didn't like the love I got out there. So I'm not sure about Korea. If I'm honest with you, I do believe I love Japan, man, and you know it was a bit sad that Japanese women are not my top spot anymore. There are on my list the top 10, but I need to be realistic here and have other options, man. And that's how I'm telling you, brothers, like, hey, start liking black women again, bro. Kenyan women, Ghanaian women, Ugandan women, Ethiopian women, start loving your woman again, bro. Start loving your woman again, bro. Right? Because Japan can't be end all be all. And I love Japan, right? I love Japan, you know. And if I'm going to be with a Japanese woman, right, I need to vet her very well. Know her values, know her culture, how she thinks. If I'm hearing that, hey, IP, it's okay if you bang a pro, it's okay if you bang a 3 or 4, it's not really cheating. I'm dropping her, man. Because I'm not stupid. Because if a woman is going to allow you to bang a pro, what is she going to do? Like, women are not stupid. If she's giving you that pass to bang a pro, she's probably banging other dudes as well. She's probably banging other dudes as well. Let me read the super chats, man. I'm about to open the phone lines in a bit after I'm about to crash out on Rumble because I really want to talk about Russian chicks in Japan. Because a lot of brothers have spoke to me about them. Hey, IP, there's Russian chicks in Tokyo. There are in Tokyo, but I don't think you want them. And for reasons which I will explain in the after party show. I can't say on YouTube. Shout out to J Scott Says for the support. Greetings, IP. From us, keep up the great work. Thank you for the kind words, bro. Appreciate it. Thank you so much, man. J Scott Says, long-time supporter, legends. Thank you, brother. Shout out to Mr. Bubble Guppy for the support. Appreciate you, brother. A recurring theme I hear: Japanese women make good girlfriends, but not good wives. Do you think a brother coming from the West, having experience with Western women, can navigate this? That's a great question, bro. Great question. I've heard that too. Japanese women make amazing girlfriends, but the wife part is a problem. They don't put out after having a child. They could cheat. They want to control your finances. They want to give an allowance. That's not happening with me. No woman gonna give me an allowance. I don't know what you're talking about. I work hard for my money, right? I'm putting in work. So you want to take it from me and give me an allowance every month, as if I'm some kid, right? Asking for goddamn lunch money. Man, get out of here, woman. Hell nah. He says here, do you think a brother coming from the West? Yes, I think you can navigate that. You have to let her know off rip that, hey, when we get married and we have a kid, you need to put out, you need to be getting down with me in the bedroom. You need to let her know, brothers. And you also need to tell her that um, you're not going to allow her to give you some sort of allowance. You need to speak up, basically. Let her know before you put a ring on her finger. Don't do it after you marry her. And this is why it's very important to know the culture of the woman you're going to marry. That's why we have these streams and the people we bring on here. Right? Don't be ignorant in marriages, or don't be ignorant when it comes to foreign chicks. Every country has its own culture. In Japan, that's their culture. But you gotta let her know, as a Western brother, we don't do that in marriages. You can't give me an allowance, and you can't stop getting down with me in the bedroom after a child. That's not happening. You need to be the same thing, the same way as you were as a girlfriend. Be the same person as you were as a wife. Let her know, brother, offer it. Be a man and tell her explicitly. Stop being scared of women, brothers, man. No man should be scared of a woman. Speak up. Okay? Shout out to Bubble Guppy. Shout out to Jay Scott says again for the support. This is sad because I really like Japanese women. Now, once again, right, I'm saying, right, don't give up on Japanese chicks. I'm just saying that these are things you need to be aware about Japanese culture. There are many great Japanese women out there in Japan, bro. There's Christian Japanese chicks. There's Muslim Japanese chicks. There's Japanese chicks that would never dare cheat on you, bro. That will ride or die for you, bro. It's out there. I'm saying bets and also have backup options. If you like Asian women, right, look beyond Japanese chicks as well. Taiwanese chicks are there. Vietnamese chicks are there, right? Singaporean chicks are there. Malaysian chicks are there. And I know as black men, right, our market's very small, unfortunately. I think China would have been a great market for us if they actually loved us, but they don't love us. And our man to man, this is me telling you, IP to you brothers. I think Chinese women are the best women looks wise across all Asian women, East Asian chicks. If I'm honest with you, I think China has the best East Asian woman looks wise, bro. But unfortunately, Chinese women do not like black men on average. And we have to accept that and move on. Japanese women do, but Chinese women don't. That's why I focus hard on Japan. Right? I do not recommend China for any black dude. You need to stay away from China and don't go there. No, they're not checking for us. Shout out to Kenny J for the support. Appreciate you, brother. Much appreciated. Shout out to Jay Scott says for the support. Half Japanese, half German. That does exist. That does exist. You know what's funny about Japan, right? There's so many half mixes in Tokyo, bro. It's insane. Half Japanese, half Russian. Half Japanese, half black. Half Japanese, half Ugandan. Half Japanese, half Tanzanian. Half Japanese, half Indian. Half Japanese, half Iranian. And you see out there in Japan, bro, these women are dimes, bro. Oh my goodness. And they know they're dimes, bro. And they bougie about it, bro. They're bougie. Hella bougie. Like, yeah, you need to put in work to get them, bro. And you know, there's a saying, right? Like, I think there's a place in Tokyo or Japan, like the like Ginza girls, Ginza. So Ginza is like, how would I describe Ginza for American brothers? So Ginza is a place in Tokyo, right? Probably the most expensive place there, where a lot of rich people live there. A lot of high value, classy, wealthy women of long money, old money, young women, old women, women who are 21 but come from generational wealth. They're all in Ginza, right? And I would say Ginza is probably what's a rich place in America? New York, Manhattan, right? Of Japan, the LA of Japan, not from a cultural sense, but from a wealth perspective. Ginza women are bougie, bro. Not in the sense that they, are like American women, but they are stuck up. They got money, and what can you bring, brother? Like being a foreigner isn't enough. You probably need to have money, have some sort of wealth, have to be a really, really high value dude to pull a Ginza chick. Or you may luck out and meet a woman that's humble, bro, and doesn't care about your background, but actually for you, it's possible. But I'm trying to be realistic here. So imagine you come across a half German, half Japanese dime from Ginza. Good luck. Good luck, bro. I love black women. They don't love me back. Let me tell you, bro, get you an African chick, African or Caribbean. Don't date ABW. Don't date English BW. Don't date Canadian BW. Go to the source, bro. And there are African chicks in Tokyo, and they hungry for a brother. They're hungry for a brother. And if I was living in Japan, right, I see myself dating seriously an African chick in Japan. Yes, I'm willing to travel to Japan to meet an African chick. I know that sounds crazy. IP, you're traveling to Japan to meet an African woman? Yes. Because I love Japan for the lights, the arcades, the anime culture, right? And if I can meet a dime submissive African chick, why not, bro? It's not just Japanese women for me, bro, if I'm honest with you. Okay. Let me open up the phone lines, right? Okay. So if you have a question or if you want to disagree or agree with me, that's cool. So I'm gonna open up the phone lines, right? Call in. Man, I can't wait to do the Blasian expose. Part 3 will probably be me exposing Blasians. Oh man, those Blasians in Japan, bro. They're something else. It's gonna be a crazy stream about the Blasians. But y'all want to call in, call in. Some of y'all will be angry with my comments and get the likes up too, man. So show me some support. Some of y'all may want to crash out on me to keep it respectful, no swearing, but maybe some of y'all may want to agree. But call in, bro, if you want to speak about any of my points here. Like I'm trying to give you brothers a whole picture about Japan. And not lie to you about Japan, not sell you a dream, but the good, the bad, and ugly. Okay? I think it's very important. And then you as men make your own choice. Okay, at the end of the day, it's your personal choice, right? But the way Japan is going, have backup options. Okay? Please. Please. Ooh, man, I had to get this out of my chest, man. I'm happy I did. I had to get out of my chest, man. And the Blasian one's going to be crazy, though. Yeah, I need to be there for that. The Blasian one's going to be crazy. Oh, man. Usual business number says all are cheating. I wouldn't say all Japanese women are cheaters. That's insane. I would not say that. I'm just going to say cheating culture is a thing there. And watch your back. Watch your back, bro. Like, pray to God for a good woman. I'm telling you, prayer works, man. Prayer works. Leave it in God's hands. Leave it in God's hands, bro. Pray for good women. Pray for guidance. Pray for wisdom. Pray for knowledge, wisdom and understanding. You know, be prepared to walk away if she's not if she gives you some sort of weird feeling. Be prepared to walk away, because guess what? Like, there's a lot of beautiful women in Japan, man. A lot of beautiful chicks. And I'm telling you, like, I think I mentioned in my first stream, when I first went to Japan, I swear to you, I fell in love 1,000 times, bro. I fell in love 1,000 times. I looked left, dime, right, dime, behind, forward, dime woman everywhere. Like, bro, I fell in love 1,000 times in that country, man. Like, and you know what's even funny? They were checking for me. I've had problems. I have had problems my whole life trying to pull an Asian woman in the UK, bro. But they always go for white dudes. They always worship white dudes, bro. I go to Japan. The first time I step out the airport, I head on the train to my hotel. Japanese chick sits beside me and just smiles at me. I was like, what? What's going on here? Literally just smiling at me, bro. Just smiling at me. I should have got a number, but obviously I'm jet lagged. I'm a bit tired, and she's just spying at me, bro. One woman just spying at me, checking for me. There's a place in Tokyo called or Japan called that Duto. Duto I think it's called Duto. They had like good tuna sandwiches over there and coffee. I'm sitting there, right? Japanese chick keeps looking at me, bro. Keeps staring at me, smiling at me, wanting me to approach her. But I was jet lagged, you know? I'm like, whoa, is that an Asian woman smiling at me? In the UK, not a in the UK, right? Not a single Asian woman has ever smiled at me in the UK. And I'm not even lying here, bro. Not a single East Asian woman has ever smiled at me in the UK. So imagine how I feel that within the first hour in Japan, my trip, right? Some Japanese girls are just checking me out and smiling at me, bro. Something that I thought was never possible. I'm like, whew. Yep, and that is very true, Duck. Yep, very, very true. Um, very, very true. That's happening all over Japan, particularly in Tokyo. And the Japanese feel some type of way about it. They feel some type of way about that. I don't blame them. Hopefully Japan wins and fights back because they're doing it in Africa, they're doing it in the UK, and yeah, I'm not here for no sort of Chinese domination, God forbid, right? No, f that. I'm here to live my life, but other black people too. We're not gonna live under no sort of Chinese world domination. F that. Shout out to Mr. or anyone dominating. Shout out to Mr. J. Scott Says for the support. I've got a Chinese girl who admitted more of them like black men than they can admit culturally. They come out West California to date black men. J. Scott, I'm gonna push back there, brother. Chinese woman, I think they say that to try and make black men happy and not sad. Brother, Chinese women ain't checking for us, bro. They're not. They're not, bro. Like, I don't believe that. I don't believe one Chinese woman genuinely likes black men. And if she does, notice how they always go for the light skinned black dude, the Chris Brown looking black dude. If you're an Akon colored black dude, if you're a dark skinned black dude, you will never get a Chinese girlfriend, bro. You may get a Chinese girlfriend, right? You could, but she won't be dime or good looking, bro. Probably some fat Chinese chick or a Chinese girl that no one wants in their community. Show me. I've yet to see a dark skinned black man with a dime hot Chinese woman, bro. But in Tokyo, I saw that everywhere, brother. I saw average looking black dudes with hot looking Japanese chicks. I saw that in Osaka. I went to Kyoto. You know what? And I went to Nara, the deer place. You know, I've actually got clips on my brothers. Do you want me to post some shorts about my previous trips in Japan? Like I went to the deer place in Nara. I went to Kyoto. I've got a lot of clips, man, of me partying, me walking around Tokyo. I can post it on the shorts if you want me to. You know, I've got like a huge catalog of like content: Germany, Panama, previous countries. I can post it if you wanted to, but as I was saying, right, I saw like oh man, Kyoto, fuck, bro, Kyoto, Kyoto. Listen, right, Kyoto Japanese chicks love us. Forget Tokyo. Should I even drop game for you, brothers? Should I even drop game for you, brothers? Do you brothers even deserve this, man? Oh boy, man. Oh man. You brothers don't deserve it, man. You don't deserve this intel, man. No, I need to keep it for my circle, man. Oh my goodness, bro. Shout out to Mr. Bubble Guppy for the support. That's like when a girl says height doesn't matter, then her boyfriend 6'4". Super chat, super chat of the goddamn month so far, bro. Facts, absolute facts. So when when a Chinese girl says, "Oh wow, there's more Chinese girls that like black men," but Shane they ain't no black man. Her her Chinese female circles ain't dating a black man. But you're telling me that Chinese girls like black men. I mean, I wasn't born yesterday, Chinese woman. Just keep a buck with me. Your culture doesn't like dark skin color, right? It is what it is. Okay, right? It is what it is. They sound like us, but slow. I don't, brother. Like, do I have to like teleport you bros using the Dragon Ball Z what's it called? Pointing to the forehead and teleport you to China to show you that it's not happening, bro. It's not happening, man. They don't. It's not slowly. It's not quick. It's not happening, brother. It's not. I'm just keeping a buck. Don't waste your time. If you want an East Asian chick, go Japan. Japan is the best country in East Asia for black men by far. I'm hearing some things about Taiwan, but I've not been there myself. I think I need to check out Taiwan and see what's really going on out there with the woman and what's like. Because I am hearing that Taiwan is looking like it's a movie. It's a movie based on some intel I've come across recently. But they're still Chinese, bro. And whenever there's a Chinese girl, my guard is up, bro. Because I know their culture. They love light skin, they love pale skin, and I'm just, again, for me personally, I go to where I'm loved, right? I don't like wasting time. After my South Korea trip in 2023, right? I said to myself, never again. I need to know that I'm loved in the country before I go out there, because South Korea was a flop. I didn't get no love. I didn't get no love in South Korea, and that's to this day I'm hurt, man. Because for me personally, I feel like that was a waste of time, waste of money, a waste of days. I could have been in Taiwan instead. I could have been in Colombia instead of South Korea. I got no play in South Korea, bro, and I'm not afraid to admit that. And that's why I'm real, bro. I'm not afraid to admit I failed in South Korea. Other boys, other dudes would lie. Oh, they're checking for us in South Korea. It's great, even though they weren't getting checked on. I'm man enough to admit that I didn't get checked on. I'm man enough to admit that South Korean woman looked at me like I'm some sort of monster. Was it my skin color? Was it because I'm black? I don't know. Maybe it is. And I said to myself, since that day, I'm only going to countries where my intel tells me they love me. Never again am I going into a country where I have no intel on. My sources have to approve that, bro, they love us here. Go check out. my sources so far are telling me that Taiwan is looking like it may be a movie for brothers. So I'm gonna check it out in the future. I'm gonna check it out, bro. Check it out. I'm gonna check it out. Now, don't play me, man. Don't play me. Don't play me, man. Don't you dare play me, man. I, I've been through hell and back to be where I am right now. Don't play me, man. Don't play me, bro. I done fought, I done fought monsters, ghouls, goblins, goddamn demons to get to where I am right now. Don't play me, man. Don't effing play me, cuz. All right, any callers? The phone lines are open. All right, or else we take it to Rumble. The phone lines are open. Any callers? Now's the time, bro. Actually, we take it to Kick. Actually, we'll take it to Kick. And any callers? We'll take it to Kick. Actually, I think that's better. If you listen, I'm gonna give you brothers a bit more time to call in. I'll give you brothers 5 minutes. If not, I want to move to Kick because I want to talk about the Russian woman in Japan, and there's some cheating going on with Russian women in Japan. I need to speak on that no one's spoken about, right? But they'll tell you, yeah, Russian women are great out there. Whew, I got a lot to say. Okay, we'll take it to Kick in a couple minutes. Irish women chicken for brothers. I haven't got much intel on Ireland. I've not done a stream on Ireland before, although I've been there, but I wasn't really there for the woman. Maybe I'll go there again and see what's the deal with the woman. But Ireland was boring when I went out there. And if you brothers tell me to go to Scotland, yeah, that's not happening. I have no interest in these UK women. Zero interest. So I'm not going to Ireland or Scotland. Actually. Intellect, I see you, brother. You're confirmed. Thank you, bro. You can turn your camera off, brother, or leave it on. It's up to you. Thank you, brother. Let me bring Intellect in the background. Okay. that's the brother Intellect in the cut. Intellect, what's going on, bro? You good?
Loud I'm good. Can you hear me?
Doing, bro?
I'm doing good.
Loud and
Are
clear,
you able to
bro.
hear me? Oh, okay. So I didn't know if there was a delay or something. Yeah, about the Chinese women, I'm you've seen my pictures in the Discord. I've posted several. I'm a brown skinned brother, and I've been pretty successful with attractive Chinese women. I mean, I'm not gonna sit up here and pretend I'm pulling dimes and supermodels, but I'm an average looking brother, so I'm pulling average to above average looking women, no big backs. I never been to China, but when I was in just in the airport in Taiwan, I was getting attention from the Taiwanese, which they're ethnically Chinese. And then in Thailand, like I would say a full third of the matches of women I had in Thailand were ethnically Chinese, culturally Thai, but there's a big population of Chinese that live in Thailand. And even when I was in Malaysia, I was getting in Kuala Lumpur, less so than in Thailand, but there's a big Chinese Malay population in Kuala Lumpur. And I had a good night once I left Club Kio in KL. So I think there's an option for Chinese women when it comes to brothers. Again, I don't know about mainland China, but the Chinese diaspora is Vancouver. There's a bunch of Chinese in Vancouver, BC. I live in Seattle. I have good experience with Chinese in Seattle, San Francisco. Like I said, Thailand, KL, Kuala Lumpur, Taiwan from what your previous guest was saying, your previous interview. And I haven't been to Singapore, but I've heard good stuff about Singapore. So I think I think it's out there for brothers if you're willing to expand beyond China. What are your thoughts on that, Isaac?
Yeah, I think that's a great point. It's like I think I spoke about it in the past. Like there are some spots where we call it the matrix. Not the matrix, sorry, a glitch in the matrix. Where things are just like, you know, it bucks the trend as to why there's so much love here for brothers amongst Asian women. So
Mhm.
I've always said to brothers, Seattle, Vancouver are glitching the matrices because I've been to Vancouver myself, and the love I got from Asian women was insane.
I
So
love
I think
Vancouver.
there are
I might be
definitely
going
many
up there in a
spots.
couple weeks.
I feel like there's many spots, right? Keep me updated, right, brother, in your trip there.
Mhm.
There's that many spots, right, of around the world where Asian men do love brothers, Vancouver, Seattle. I think I'm hearing a lot of good things about Taiwan, Singapore, but it's just so small and minuscule, right, to compared to what the white man can get all around the world. So the white man's got the whole of China to pick from, okay, the whole of the West to pick from, the whole of Hong Kong to pick from. It's rule out Hong Kong. They're not really chicken for us in Hong Kong like that, in my opinion. The whole of Macau to pick from, brother. You think women in Macau are chicken for brothers? I don't think so. If I'm honest with you,
I
bro.
mean, how many? I
So
also wonder how much of that is like how many brothers are going to Macau? Like realistically, like we're just being honest. How many brothers are going to Macau?
that is
But
true,
like, you
bro.
see what I'm saying? Though,
That is
like,
true.
I feel like the sample size for Macau is negligible because I was supposed to go to Hong Kong. The trip ended up falling through, but I was supposed to go to Hong Kong either earlier this year or last year. And Macau, like, yeah, it was there, but I was just like, because I don't gamble, so the casino scene is not really my thing. And I was just like, Macau, or I can just do Hong Kong. But I've heard good stuff about Hong Kong, and I have set my Tinder and like Bumble and stuff, like dating apps, to Hong Kong. When just 'cause I like to play around and see, like, oh, what's the possibilities? But I was getting matches in Hong Kong because you got to remember, Hong Kong is across the water from Guangzhou, and Guangzhou is where most of China's um, African immigrant population is in Guangzhou. So I think there's something there too. Like I said, I was getting matches in Hong Kong. Um, so I think it's just a matter of what you're looking for and where you're at, and then exposure. I think exposure has a lot to do with it as well. Um,
Okay. So, instead, let me ask this, right? So, what's your advice for brothers, right, who really want a Chinese woman? And brother, I feel like we can't go for like these busted Chinese chicks because I think it's embarrassing for brothers to be with a fat Chinese woman or ugly Chinese chick, at least decent looking. What's your advice for brothers who want a Chinese woman, right? What kind of areas in the world should you focus on? Is it Vancouver? Is it Thai Chinese chicks? Is it Seattle? Give that advice to brothers out there, bro.
so Seattle and San Francisco, I would say, are they're still in the U.S. So a lot of the Chinese chicks, like this one just popped into my message today. I started talking to her back in like March, and she swings back around today, and I'm just like, yeah, it's been 4 months. Like, where have you? Like, okay, whatever, 5 months. Um, so they're still American if they were born and raised in Seattle or San Francisco. If you don't want the American woman, that's what they are. They're an American woman in a Chinese paint job or a Chinese wrap, which I'm fine with because I'm not looking to marry one. But we can go out on a date and in the night at her place, my place, the hotel. Okay, I'm okay with that. Um, but I would say I feel like they're more open to that here in again, Seattle, San Francisco, Vancouver. But as far as internationally, like I said, I was getting good experiences, particularly in Thailand or Bangkok, with ethnically Chinese women. Um, And like I said, I posted, I don't know if you recall, I posted some receipts in the Discord back when I was there in April for Songkran. I posted, there were like, I think 2 or 3 Chinese chicks I posted in the app or in the Discord channel. There is uh, Kuala Lumpur. Like I said, I haven't been to Singapore. From my, oh, I matched in Hong Kong. From my experience with Asian women in general, East Asian in particular, you have to have a certain je ne sais quoi about yourself. You have to be a little bit more sophisticated. They are pickier, from my experience, than Southeast Asian women. Even here in the States, like it's even here in Seattle, it is easier for me to pick up a Filipina. We have a big Cambodian population, a Vietnamese chick, than it is a Chinese, a Korean, or Japanese. They just are more discerning about the men that they go for. And I think it's in general. I don't think it's just black men. I think it's just in
I
general
think it's just
because
black men, bro.
I don't think it's just black men
So it's
because
clear
they
up
have
there,
the cultural stigma that they have to contend with.
brother. I done seen dime looking East Asian chicks, right, with bummy looking white dudes, homeless looking white
Definitely,
dudes, very
definitely.
short white dudes, um, white dudes that look like they haven't showered in months, white dudes. I'm thinking, what's going on here? And brother, it's even a thing called Oxford Study, right? That there's a trend for it where even everyone's saying it, whether they're black, Indian, whether Latino, Latina, and they're thinking like, what's going on here? Why is it always like these good-looking Asian women, right, with bummy white dudes all the time, but a clean-cut brother who's a lawyer or a doctor, right, who's not a thug, it can't even pull one, or has to walk through fire, walk on needles, fight monsters, right? Save the princess from the big monster on the top of the hill to pull an East Asian chick in the West. That ain't right, bro. That ain't right. I'm gonna crash out in a
So
bit. That ain't right, bro.
a few counterpoints there. So I don't know if you're aware of this. The Oxford study is actually not a thing. It's something
Hmm.
that someone made up, essentially. If you actually like deep, because I was curious about. I was like, what is this Oxford study? So one day I went into a deep dive on Google and with Chat GPT. It doesn't appear that there is actually a study done at Oxford University regarding white men and Asian women. That it appears from the research I've done that is a hoax, that it's made up. So there's that. Now, if you can find evidence of it that I was unable to, I've been wrong before, so it wouldn't be a first. Um, as far as the quality of white men that Asian women go for, East Asian just particularly, I will agree that they have a lower standard for white men than they have for black men. I won't dispute you there, actually. But at least in Seattle and San Francisco and in Vancouver, from my observation, you'll be hard pressed to find an East Asian woman with just a straight up bummy white guy. Like an average one, yes. Below average one, you're looking at him like, how did you get her? Yes. But one that looks like he hasn't bathed or, I don't really observe that personally. I don't know what it's like in London or in the UK. I don't know what it's like in New York because I don't live in New York. I've only visited. But here on the West Coast, you'll be hard pressed to find an East Asian with just a trash, completely hobo, good for nothing white dude. Um, but yes, they do hold black men to a higher standard. I personally just accept it for it is what it is, and I strive to meet that standard. I like Asians and Latinos. That's my thing. So okay, you want a higher standard? Fine, I'll meet your standard. What's good? Because then you don't leave them any room really to. Then they have to pretty much fall back on like, oh, I can't because my parents or my culture. Okay, it is what it is. But they can't say that you're not the better man if you strive for that standard. That's just my personal take on that and how I respond to that.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, bro. If you want to call in, brothers, let me know. Call in. Shout out to Mr. J. Scott says for the support, who's supported 4 times so far. Brothers, appreciate you, brother. Brothers, support the channel if you enjoy the stream so far and what we do and what I do. Thank you very much. The success I had was at UCLA and USC. I noticed there was competition between the Latinas and Chinese Asian girls. They're gorgeous but Americanized Chinese. Okay, interesting. We don't want Americanized, bro. If I'm honest with you.
Yeah, that's kind of how it is here in Seattle.
Go on, it's like.
No, I'm just saying that's kind of how it is here in Seattle. A lot of them are going to be Americanized, which again, I'm fine with because I'm just here for a good time, not a long time. So, but I can do it. Like I said, my main chick now is Korean. She's Korean. I'm 39. She's 29, so she's 10 years younger than me. So far, so good. Like last weekend, we went to the Ren Fair, which was fun. I'm big into like Dungeons and Dragons and fantasy and Game of Thrones and all that type of stuff. So we went to the Renaissance Fair. She's into it too, and she was like, "Hey, let's dress up." I never dressed up, so she took me to a costume place, brought me breakfast at the costume place because we met when it opened. Picked out a costume. This was like the previous Wednesday. Went to the Renaissance Fair over the weekend. It was fun. So I mean, yeah, you can, and she's Korean. So her parents are, I think her dad's a businessman, her mom's a lawyer or something like that. She's actually in law school. So brothers can do it. And again, you've seen my picture in the Discord chat. I'm not you can see my picture here on YouTube right now. I'm not a model, I'm an average dude. I'd say I'm a 5 or 6, but you can do it.
Brother, I feel like, brother, I'm happy for you, right? In the woman you pulled, but I just want to raise a point here, right? Like, I feel like for some reason, right, black men, right, don't get these East Asian women in the West, right, in their prime years, where they pick up the powers, that look the greatest, where most guys want them, right? It's like if they want to do it with a brother, it's like after a certain age. But in their prime years, 18, 26, right, 20 to 25, it's just white dudes for them. They'll never think twice to be with a brother. But let's keep it real, brother, right? How many East Asian chicks in America do you see in their prime years of black men? Not a lot, bro. But they're happy to give up to white dudes, bro, in their prime. And bro, that's a problem with me. Like, don't come to me after your prime.
Here in Seattle, I see it. In Vancouver, I see it. In San Francisco, I see it. So, and also Hawaii. I can't forget about Honolulu. Huh?
Glitches, brother. Again, these are glitches in the matrix, brother. Apart from the glitch in the matrix, right? Overall, in LA, in New York, right? In flipping, what's it called? Dakota, Arizona. You got Asian women there in their prime years. They ain't looking twice at our brother, bro. Let's keep her back. Is that well, if they do,
I'm not,
that when they're 35, 34, 38?
I don't know because I'm not in those places. I live in Seattle, born and raised. Vancouver's a 3-hour drive. San Francisco's a 2-hour flight. LA's a 3-hour flight. So this is my realm. These are the locations I'm familiar with. I can't speak on New York. I've been there several times, but I never went out there to New York looking for a woman. Same with Chicago. I've never actually been to Chicago. I've been to the airport a bunch, but never actually went to Chicago. So I can't speak on the East. But in the West, I see it all the time. I see it all the time. Young, attractive East Asian women, Japanese, Korean, Chinese, with black men. More so with white men, but also white men are the more majority. Here in Seattle, I think we're 6% of the population, whereas Asians are actually the largest minority in Seattle. There are more Asians than Latinos in Seattle. So demographics play a toll, socioeconomics play a toll. Seattle's a rich city. Most black people in Seattle are at least middle class, whereas if you go somewhere like maybe New Orleans, where the black people are predominantly going to be lower income, that's going to affect your dating market. I mean, if you're low income, that's, it is what it is. So I think socioeconomic factors, demographics, geography, culture, these all play a factor in dating dynamics. So you probably will have to seek out a better market. If you're in, I don't know, Memphis and you like Asian women, yeah, that's gonna be a hard pull for you. You might have to come out west or go to Atlanta if that's what you're looking for, you know?
Yeah,
Hello?
bro. But let me. I'm here, bro. I'm here. Let me read a super chat over here.
Okay.
Shout out to Mr. James Hodgson for the support. Where I live, white dudes can look homeless and poor Asian women, but other races of men who make over 100K are not good enough. I see it in my own LOL. You see, there you go, bro. There you go. And I wanna react to a clip right before I go on Kit to crash out for a bit. Let me pull it up. Great stream so far. Shout out to Intellect for calling in and
Before
dropping
I
game.
go, can I address one thing?
Of course.
Bubble Guppy in the chat says that I'm capping. I've posted receipts in the Discord chat, Bubble Guppy. I don't know what part of Seattle when you're in. I don't know what your income level is. I personally am a six-figure brother, so that might be biasing my dating opportunities. I don't know, but to say I'm capping when I've posted receipts in the Discord, I don't know if you're in the Photo Media Discord chat. You can go in there and look for yourself. Scroll up. My name in the chat is D Squared. I've made plenty of posts over the time, so I have no reason to lie to you, Bubble Guppy. In fact, if you're in Seattle, we can meet and I'll show you, like, hey, let's go to South Center if you're in Seattle, and you'll see it all the time in South Center. So I don't know what part, maybe if you're in the CD or White Center, that might affect your thing. But if you go to Bellevue, that changes everything. So yeah, I just want to address that comment because like somebody, you're going to call me a liar. Like I have receipts. I'm not going to sit up here and lie. I have no reason to.
Brother, stay on right. Stay on, please. Just for the last bit. I want to react to and I want to get your thoughts on this as well.
Okay.
Because I know I ain't going crazy here. So stay on here, please. So and we're gonna react to this clip after that, but you can call in, brothers, and we're going to take over to Kick. I want to crash out on Rush Woman and other cheering parts on Kick. I can't say much on YouTube. I'm trying to keep it restricted here because of the PG culture. But on Kick, we definitely can crash out. Let me share my screen. Hold on. Share screen, video file, downloads. Okay, so here's this clip, right? Hold on. So we have an East Asian chick, who is addressing or speaking about the Oxford Studies trend, and then she's giving a thoughts as to why so many East Asian women have white boyfriends. Let's check it out, okay?
Why do so many East Asian women have white boyfriends?
And you can see like all your pictures here. Let me play again, right? These are like Asian women of different looks, right? With white dudes who look average, which proves my point.
Why do so many East Asian women have white boyfriends?
Look at
that. It is.
Look at that. The last one there, Japanese looking. She's decent looking, and the white guy she's with, no comment.
The most common interracial pairing in the United States, and honestly,
the most interracial pairing in the United States, brother. Brother, you know that Black American people are more than East Asians, right? But you're telling me that East Asians who are around, what, 10 million, right? 8 million, right? They are within the most interracial couples, right, with white men in the whole of the USA. Like, these East Asian women really love white dudes, bro.
Most judged. Let's unpack. According to census data, East Asian women are more likely than any other women of color to marry outside of their race.
That's more than Latinas, more than Black women. Well, more than Hawaiians. That's insane for a small population.
And guess who's at the top of that list? Yup, white guys. When you grow up in a Western society,
white guys top, Black men near, not near their preferences for each Asian chicks. I'm just keeping a buck. Let's carry on watching.
Whether consciously or unconsciously, whiteness gets coded as normal, powerful, desirable. White men might be perceived as offering more social capital, financial security, or upward mobility. Which
at least she's keeping a buck. At least she's keeping it real. But aside from that point, right, there are black men who have money. There are black men who are doing well. There are black men who have their P's and Q's. Why are these East Asian women not checking for these brothers still? Right? Again, whiteness, right? And it's not only as to what whiteness is being perceived at, right? They're probably in love with the blue eyes, the green eyes, the pale skin, the long silky hair. I'm just keeping a buck. But why won't they just go down to Pacifically, man? Right? And it may be like self-hatred too.
Which might be especially appealing to first or second gen immigrants. But also, lots of East Asian women just happen to fall in love with a white guy. It does.
But they don't happen to fall in love with a black guy. Or why is it that they're happy to fall in love with white guys? And it's always white guys, but no black guys. It's insane to me. Why not?
Doesn't have to be that deep. So yeah, some of it's social conditioning, some of it's real connection. But when attraction is shaped by power structure,
real connection? What about a real connection to black men?
can anything be just personal?
What's your thoughts to intellect, brother? Break it down.
Thoughts on this are it's finances. I think that's the simplest way. A lot of black men typically, I would argue that Asian women are probably the most hypergamous of women. I do think that they are the most, their culture is very typically, especially East Asian culture is very, what's the word? There's a specific word that I can't think of from sociology, which means that how the group impacts you is based on your social status. Like, and I can't think of the word, but East Asian cultures are very much that. So I do think East Asian women tend to be, or not even tend to be, I think they are the most hypergamous of women. And white men are occupy the highest social strata, socioeconomic strata. For sure. They are the ones, they hold the wealth, typically, etc. So I think that's what it is. Because I don't think there might be an element also of the skin, but not of them thinking that white skin, like white people are inherently better, but because the lighter skin indicates wealth. Because again, like in China and stuff, you were indoors, you were rich. I don't think that they, and I could be wrong, but I've never heard an Asian woman, and I said I've dealt with many Asian women, everything except Japanese, surprisingly. A lot of Korean, Chinese, it's, Viet, et cetera, et cetera. None of them have ever said that they thought white men were better. A few, the ones that I've asked, they didn't say that. They all said that white men are perceived to have more wealth. And they are perceived as being more generous with the wealth. So like pretty much white men will spend more money on their women, is what I've been told. So I think that's what it is. I think that if the socioeconomics were equal, then I think that'd be less of a thing.
I disagree, brother. I think it's more than just the finances part. I think it's purely racism. I think it's purely that these women are hypnotized by pale skin, hypnotized by different colored eyes, blue eye, green eyes, green eyes that only white men have, and they won't admit it, but I see it for what it is. And it's a problem. It's a big problem, brother. And I think that's the main part, bro. Because if you're telling me that when you see dime Asian woman, right, with white dudes who are 5'1", right, looking homeless, but all they have going for them is blue eyes, pale skin, that James Bond slick hairstyle, and Asian woman is happy praying to God on her knees that she pulled a white man like that, brother. It's not finances, brother. It's pure race, bro. Pure race.
If that's the
Pure
case, then why
self.
do some brothers not struggle with it? Like, there's a YouTuber named Flight Madness. He is in China doing his thing. I'm in Seattle doing my thing. So I don't like. That's why I don't think it's racism. I think it's cultural. I think it's perceived bias, again, of white man having money or white man being rude. I don't think it's racism. And also, I've had a lot of Asian women tell me they're interested in black men, but they didn't think black men are interested in them because they're slim, they're petite, they don't have a butt. Black men have never,
That's cap.
there's been several Asian women where I was the first black man that ever approached them.
They're capping, bro. But I've personally seen East Asian women like go out their way to approach white dudes or make it clear to white dudes that she wants them. Like I see, like personally, a lot of East Asian women put in a lot more work than white dudes, but they ain't putting in work to pull a black dude, bro. They won't let a brother know that, hey, I'm interested, blah blah blah. They never do that, brother. Right? I'm just keeping a buck. I think it's a race thing, a self-esteem thing. They see white men as better for some odd reason, and I just want brothers to be aware about that, and that's what I keep saying to brothers, like yeah, some East Asian women check for us, but don't forget black women, don't forget African women. At the end of the day, if things fall apart, if Latinos ain't checking, if Asians ain't checking, a black woman will be checking for you in Africa or in the Caribbean or somewhere because you're both black. Don't ignore your black woman.
Of course, I'm not personally into black women, but I've also never had any issue dating Asians or Latinos. And most groups are going to date, 15 to 20%. I'm sorry, date out at a rate of about 15 to 20%. So most of every group is going to date within themselves. Most blacks date blacks, most whites with whites, most Asians with Asians, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You're just looking for that 15 to 20% that are interested in dating out. And for me, I've been personally highly successful. Again, I'm no Michael B. Jordan. I'm an average brother. As you can see from my picture, I'm actually overweight. I'm 6 feet, 235, which is about 15 kilos or something like that. So yeah, I'm not a physical specimen, I'm 39. One Chinese girl that matched me in Vancouver is 24, 23. So she's in her prime. And she just messaged me last week or week before when I was coming up to Vancouver. I was like, she might be why I'm going up to Vancouver. So I don't know. I also wonder how much of it is mindset. I think if you go in thinking Asian women don't like me, then that's the results you're going to get. Whereas I go in like, oh, she's bad, I'm going to get her. And it doesn't always happen, but when it happens, I'm like, that's what I thought. And it just reinforces that confidence to go for the next one. So maybe mindset has something to do with it. I'm not entirely sure. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. Interesting, bro. Very interesting. It's still on the intellect. Hold on, brother. Hold on. Let me just get this out. Okay. No, not this one. Jam, can you turn your camera on in the background so I know you're not a troll? So while Jam does that, okay, brother, see, Bobby, you kind of pushed back when I said brothers should look into black women and not ignore sisters.
I didn't push back. I personally am not. No, I didn't push back. I think brothers should go for whatever they like. No, I'm not. I didn't push back at all. I'm just saying, for me personally, my thing is Asians and Latinas and mixed and Middle Eastern women. That's all I said. I have no. If brothers want to go for black women, who am I to? You know, what you eat don't make me. You know, I would
But, but,
never tell a brother not to do
but,
that.
but,
Absolutely not.
but,
Do what you want to do.
don't you think, right? But no Latinas, no Asians, checking for us for some odd reason. No, what Middle Eastern, we're always gonna have, right, black women there for us, and that's why we can't just like rule out black women. We can't, bro. We need like, if you don't like them right now for no reason, for some reason, start loving them again, because they're gonna be there because we could be both black, right? I think that's a fair statement, brother.
Is that enough though? We're both black, so I'm supposed to just, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm not attracted to you or I'm not interested in you, you being black ain't enough. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, I'm
I
gonna
get you,
need
bro.
more than that. Like, that's all I'm saying. But no, if brothers, I would never tell a brother not to pursue a black woman. If that's what you want to do, by all means. Like, if that's what you like, more power to you. That's how I look at it. I feel like there's enough
Okay.
diversity in this world for every man to do what he who he enjoys, do what he enjoys. And for me, that's Asians and Latinas. So if for some weird reason, uh, Asians and Latinas and mixed women and Middle Eastern women and all non-black women just immediately stopped dealing with me, I'd be like, damn. All right. Then I guess I have no choice at that point. But no, that's literally like that's like one of those, what would you do if the sun stopped shining tomorrow? I mean, it's like, yes, I guess we could explore this as a thought process, as a thought experiment, but realistically, I'm going to wake up and the sun's going to be there. You know what I'm saying?
Facts, bro. Absolute facts. All right, intellect. Do you have any closing points? So I want to move over to Kick. Oh, you good, bro? You
Oh,
want to
yeah,
jump off?
no, I'm good. I'm good. I just wanted to come in and say that about the Asian women, that I don't think brothers should give up on them if that's what they're interested in, you know. And I'm pretty new to Asian women from ages, I was going to say birth, but not birth, but from, you know, 5, whenever I was like, oh, little girl's cute, till about almost 30. It was strictly, not strictly, but Latinas were my thing. I didn't even like Asians all through high school, and a little bit through college. There was like one or two that, but Asians for me, it's pretty much since my divorce a few years ago. And then I'm like, man, this is a whole new world that I just left unexplored. Like, I felt like the Europeans coming to the Americas for the first time. I was like, where has this been? Where have I been?
Okay. All right. Thank you, intellect, brother. I'm gonna drop you off, brother.
No problem. Thank
We'll
you,
speak
IB.
soon. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. Peace out, bro. All right. Jam. I don't know what's happening there. I won't bring you on, just so you're not disrupted. Bobby, but I'm gonna drop you off, Jam. Just call back in right after, because I don't know if you're frozen or you're not there anymore. But all right, brothers. So kick time, okay? Kick after party. We're gonna talk more about Japan chain culture and Russian women and a bunch of crazy stuff about Japan as well. So I'm gonna give you brothers 2 minutes. Get on to kick. Shout out to J Scott says for the support. By no means am I telling brother to pursue Chinese women. We should know the truth about the differences. Gushi my P. Thank you, bro, for sponsoring this Jermaine and supporting. That's great, brother. Much appreciated. Shouts, Tia Dang. Tia says this video is a there's a 2-hour video of Asian women preferring black men that are out there. No, there isn't. Tia, don't sell dreams, Tia. Okay, don't sell dreams. Don't you dare come on this channel, Tia, and sell dreams to the bros. We're not about selling dreams on the channel. We're about telling truths and nothing but the truth, right? So everyone hop on Kick, okay? Kick. Okay, I'm gonna give you brothers 10 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes. I want to move it quickly to Kick and get it. Okay, everyone hop on Kick. Okay, 2 more minutes, and make sure you create your account on Kick and you follow me on Kick too. We're going to crash out on Kick and speak about some interesting topics on there. I wish I could be playing some game right now on Kick, but I ain't got my game set up on my laptop. Maybe in the future, maybe I'll be playing some FIFA or some Red Dead Redemption 2 in the future. But right now, just speaking on Kick. Okay, let's move over to Kick. Like don't you dare lie to us, Tia. I bet you Tia's all right, here's a direct Kick link on Kick. Okay. There you go. Everyone hop on Kick. I'll give you brothers 2 more minutes, and I mean that. Once the clock goes 2 hours, 8 minutes, we're moving on to Kick. Okay, so Kick after party up next. Okay. I posted the link in the live stream chat on YouTube. Make sure you create your account on Kick. Follow me on Kick so you can actually chat as well. You know, if you want to write a comment on Kick and chat, create your account. Follow me on Kick too. So it's just much easier to be in touch with me, you know, and to write your comments on Kick. There you go. The Kick link is in the YouTube chat. Yao Wing. You both with the names, man. Who the hell's called Yao Wing? Yao Ming. Surely won a ball with the team. Money so tall, Yao Ming. Oh, bruv. Shout out to Yao Wing, man. All right, everyone hop on Kick. It's gonna be lit. Okay, 1 more minute. Okay. Like I've not seen dime Asian chicks, bro, in the UK with black dudes. I'm not seeing that, bro. If you're just joining, we're now heading over to Kick. I'm going to post a link one more time on YouTube, and I'll see you on Kick. Okay, let's head over to Kick, man. I'm going to end the streams on Facebook. Been a great stream. Let me end it on Facebook. Let me end it on Twitch. Twitch gang, I'll see you on Kick. Rumble gang, I will see you on Kick. Okay. And YouTube gang, okay, I'll see you on Kick too. Okay. Now let me end the stream on YouTube.